Hi, this is Divya, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the process of reproduction. Uh, let's start with the concept that states that uh, all the living organisms are like immortal. Uh, we all know that all the living organisms in the entire world eventually die. So, to it's very important to maintain the balance, natural balance. Yes, and for that, who is going to make sure that the natural balance is maintained? So, for that reason, a natural, simple yet efficient process is carried out by all the living organisms, and that process is called reproduction. uh, it's nothing but it makes sure that the continuation of the species is going on. So to understand the concept of reproduction, let's understand the meaning of the word first. In simple words, we can say the reproduction is made up of two words, re and production, where re means again and production means to make. So who is making here and what is getting made here? So the answer would be like very simple, which is called living organism. The living organisms of same species are getting reproduced or remade. So, for example, we can say that, like, suppose a cat gives birth to kittens. Yes. For example, say a mango tree that gives rise to a mango tree. Similarly, a human being gives birth to a human child. So, reproduction is nothing but the like continuation of the same species. So the next question that pops up in our mind is that all the do all the organisms reproduce in the same way, in the same manner? uh, of course not. All the organisms, they have a different nature of reproducing, of or remaking, or continuing their species. Like they have different process. Like different organisms have different process. For example, a unicellular organism have a different way of reproducing, or multicellular organism have different nature of reproducing. So for that reason, the world of reproduction is divided into two parts, two widely divided into two, broadly divided into two parts. First is sexual reproduction, and the second part is asexual reproduction. In the case of asexual reproduction, which is generally common in unicellular organisms, the entire process is carried by a single cell organism. The organisms are generally made up of only single cell, and that tiny cell is responsible for reproducing. This is nothing but the main cell is divided into daughter cells, and it's done. The process is done. There is no formation of any sex cells or any formation of any gametes, nothing like that. However, in the case of asexual sexual reproduction, the formation of sex cells are there. The gametes are formed, like female gametes, male gametes, and both the gametes fuses together. The fusion process takes place, fertilization occurs, and reproduction takes place. So both the process are different. So, like the asexual reproduction is mainly for the unicellular organisms, like single celled organisms, for example, amoeba, you can say, and the sexual reproductions occurs mainly in the multicellular organisms. So, this was generally what I talked about is mainly for animals. In case of plants, also, we can see like there are varieties of plants. Definitely they are also reproducing. It's not like plants are not reproducing. So plants gives rise to seeds, fruits, and flowers. But have you the common question comes up in mind, like do all the plants bear flowers, fruits, or seeds only? No, there are some plants who don't who doesn't bear like flowers, doesn't give flowers, fruits, or seeds. So does that mean that those plants does not reproduce? No, nothing like that. They also reproduce. They reproduce in a different way. They have a different manner. Like the main their that plant body, somehow some part of that plant body, they reproduce. They helps in reproducing. So in that case also, in case of plants also, asexual and sexual concepts are there. So more or less the entire concept of the reproduction is like this only. In a very short video, this is enough to say. So I hope the concept is somehow I made it clear. So this is all about reproduction in this video. So it's time to say goodbye. So stay safe, take care.